show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Drop Zone. And of course, conspicuous by her absence is our new moderator, Mary. She's out dealing with family issues and she's not feeling well. So it's just me and Jeff today. Sorry, you guys, you got to deal with the two of us. You should be used to it by
Sure.
now.
hmm
How you doing today, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. We wish Mary uh everything goes well and we have her back by next week. But again, we understand family first. So over here at the Drop Zone Studios. But other than that, I am doing well.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty much been a somewhat of an eventful week,
hmm
but other than that, yeah, we got put more merchandise in the store. We got to find the person who's responsible for that. That guy's going nuts.
Oh, I mean, he's got to like calm down, rest a little bit, sleep, do something.
I agree. So what what we got on the docket for today?
All right. Unfortunately for me, no NBA news. I love the NBA, but there is none. It's the off season. NFL season is ramping up. Uh, so we got Browns Colts news, and this just in about 40 minutes ago, the Jets have made two trades for two defensive tackles, and Lamar is injured with a wrist injury. So a lot of news in the past like hour that I got to wake up to my face. So, and then lastly, we were ranking the NFC QBs. It's our list. Again, it's our opinion. That is okay if you don't agree with it. I don't care if you don't like the list. That is our opinion of our list. So
But
that's
um,
that's what we got.
hey, don't we have a dummy this week?
Oh, we do have a dummy. Again, this is all I just woke up to it, so I get to uh just bask in the glory of finding all the dummies. So let me get it. Let me get the let me get the report.
And yes, this is becoming one of my favorite segments.
I can tell.
I mean, other than our ranked segments, this dummy of the week is starting to take off.
And the Broncos agreed on a trade with the Saints for a 2026 fourth round pick and a 2027 second round pick in exchange for a wide receiver, Devon Vivele. So, all right, in the trade that we talked about with the Jets, they have received the Vikings nose tackle Harrison Phillips, who used to play on the Buffalo Bills, for a 2026 sixth round draft picks and a swap of their picks in 2027. So they are bolstering up their defensive line, uh, which is smart. In that uh, AFC East, so not too bad. And then they also actually traded for another defensive tackle in Jawan Briggs from the Browns and a 2026 seventh round pick, and they sent over a 2026 sixth round pick. So the Jets are actually being smart for once, which is a bit interesting.
Well, that's only because, like I said, their projected starting defensive tackle has been out for 2 weeks with an ankle injury, and they're pretty much not sure when he's going to return. So yeah, I mean that is kind of smart to shore up the defensive line, which as I mean, defense has been a staple core of this Jets team. Um, the offense is pretty horrible, but their defense has been what's been keeping them in a lot of games. And actually, their defense have won them a couple of games. So yeah, I can understand why they want to make sure that there's no gaping holes in that vaunted Jets defense.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Fields is now the starter over Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that brings a different look to the offense, but it definitely does never hurt to get stronger on the defensive end. And the dummy of the week. Yeah, this is about an hour ago. Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers has confirmed that wide receiver Demarcus Robinson has been suspended for the first 3 games of the season for violating the NFL Systems of Use policy. The 49ers can appeal, so they might appeal to that. I don't know how you appeal to it. I mean, I guess we'll see. But yeah, that is my dummy of the week, and we'll hit
Dummy.
it.
Yeah.
So hit the dummy, yeah, on them. I mean, these guys don't learn. We talk about it all the time. They don't learn, and I don't think that they'll ever learn. But which is a good thing because I will always have a dummy of the week every week. Then, so
Yeah, that pretty much guarantees a dummy of the week. That's for certain.
hmm
With as far as the appealing process goes on that, I mean, unless they could prove that it was a inaccurate drug test, I don't see how you can appeal that. That's almost kind of like somebody taking a breathalyzer test and blowing hot and saying, "Well, I don't agree with that. I want to appeal it."
hmm
So yeah, I just don't understand how. I mean, unless they're trying to appeal the suspension and get it down to maybe one game, maybe it's his first time offense. I don't know. I don't think we've ever had anything on him as far as um, violating. So I mean, that could be what they're trying to do.
hmm
But then, I mean, the Vikings should be trying to do the same thing with Atkins,
I understand.
Addison.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. I guess we'll see and we'll find out. But as I mentioned, Lamar Jackson was injured at practice today, a few hours ago with a wrist injury. He's being evaluated for the same wrist injury that Joe Burrow had that kept him out a few games. Uh, Again, I really hope not, because in my opinion, I think Ravens should be the favorite this year. And that's kind of crazy for me to even say. Being a Steelers fan, it kind of hurts to say that. But I think this is their year. I think they've hurt themselves enough in the playoffs to where they could definitely make it all the way and do it this year. Because I don't think that the Chiefs are going to be that top contending team that they always are and have been. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's how it's going to go this year. And yeah, I really hope that he's not injured too bad. I hope that it was just you know a little ding of an injury, and then he'll be back and all right. But I mean, I guess we will find out in the upcoming days and what follows on that.
um, if it is the same injury that Joe Burrow had in 2023, hopefully the Ravens do it smart and sit Jackson down instead of having him try to play through it. You still got Derrick Henry. You can still run the ball. Yeah, you'll have to go to more of a run heavy offense, until that wrist heals. But it's better than trying to play through it and making it worse. Because we seen what happened with Burrow when that injury, it just he didn't have any velocity on his throws, and the accuracy wasn't there, and it just looked like he wasn't never going to heal from it. So hopefully the Ravens will learn from the Bengals and be like, hey, Lamar, let's sit off a couple of weeks, let it heal. We got Derrick Henry. We can run the ball. You know they. I mean, it's hard. They're a running team anyway, so why not take that risk? I'd rather you deal with this early in the season when your schedule is not as tough compared to going down the season and that risk still is giving him issues, and you're going to need him to beat those heavy favorite teams. And if he's still hurting, he's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And especially in the AFC North, where every battle is tightly uh, contested and it's a very physical game, to where just one little thing can really injure that wrist even more, and he's out for a longer period of time. So yeah, they definitely got to be careful with it, and just monitor that as much as they can, and hope that tests come back about as positive as they can for him. Speaking of QBs, as I mentioned, we have news on two QBs. Let's talk about the Colts first.
Do we have to?
As you, yeah, I mean, as people probably noticed by now, Jay is not in our chat. He is in Florida.
Good.
Mm-hmm. So he was right. I'll get to hear about it in person at least. You only got to hear about it, or you'll hear about it on the internet and everything from him. But I'll get to hear it straight from him in person when I see him at work. Um, Daniel Jones has been named the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. That shows to me that they've given up on Anthony Richardson, which is not good because, again, you think of who he got drafted into the league with. CJ Stroud, he's the guaranteed starter. Bryce Young looked better last year. Um, and the Colts used a fourth overall pick on him, and they were already going to Daniel Jones as the starter. That's not good for his career, really. I mean, I don't think it is. Daniel Jones has amassed to pretty much doing nothing. I think his record's like 24, 44, and 1 with the New York Football Giants. Uh, yes, not all that is on him, but he has a lot of. I've seen more bad moments than good moments from Daniel Jones, and you can attest to that being a Giants fan, Tony. There's more blooper reels of him than I think highlight reels of him on YouTube. So, uh, that's a bit shocking. Jay, I will say, be careful what you wish for and hope for. With wanting Daniel Jones as your starter, but if you're Anthony Richardson, I don't know. You better hope that Daniel Jones really does suck and you get a chance to prove yourself this year. Because if not, uh, things are not looking good for you in your career, in my opinion.
Um. Yeah. I don't even know where to go with this because I mean neither one of them are for let me hold on, let me rephrase this. Okay. For the fact that Richardson was taken fourth in the draft pick 2 years ago, and we've seen what CJ Stroud has done. We've seen a turnaround that Bryce Young has. And for him to be His first year, he spent a lot of time injured because the guy didn't know how to protect himself. He didn't know how to slide, so he was constantly getting injured. And then last year, with the basically walking off the field, not wanting to go back in, yeah, this and now losing the starting job to Daniel Jones of all people is not looking good for him. He needs a he's going to need a veteran the same way Bryce Young had a veteran teach him how to become an NFL quarterback. That's the only way. I mean, that's the only way I'm seeing him redeeming his career, and he's going to have to do it somewhere other than Indiana. That bridge is burnt right there. I mean, yeah, he's going to have to go somewhere else.
I think you need to change the scenery, maybe.
I mean,
I mean,
we've
like you
seen it.
said,
We've seen it work for a couple of quarterbacks before. I mean, it worked for your guy Baker.
Baker, Sam Darnold more recently,
Yep.
uh,
Jared Goff.
Geno Smith.
Exactly. So I mean, it's possible he could still salvage his career, but he has to be in the right situation where he's with a quarterback minded head coach.
hmm Yeah. I mean, my thing is he had Joe Flacco there with him last year, and I think Flacco probably did help him out. Uh, and by all reports, Anthony Richardson was looking good in camp and in the preseason game. Yeah, he injured his hand or his thumb in the first preseason game, which isn't even his fault. I mean, he got absolutely destroyed on a blindside hit that his line just let go through. So that's really not even his fault. Um, so maybe Joe Flacco really did help him out and turn around, but I think maybe he does need to change the scenery. But again, with it being Daniel Jones in front of him, I think he'll still get an opportunity this year to prove himself. And maybe that's what he needs. He'll have a fire underneath him to uh, play better, be just a better QB and leader for that team that they need. Because that defense isn't too bad. They just need a consistent QB for that offense because they have talent on the offense. They just need a QB to lead them. And I mean, Daniel Jones, I don't think is going to do that. So I really do think Anthony Richardson, maybe he will still get a chance. And I think maybe him getting hurt was like why they chose Daniel Jones over him. But I mean, if that was the reason, then I don't know. But yeah,
Oh,
Anthony Richardson,
Daniel
again,
Jones is going to lead
I'm
them.
leave them to done nothingness. I know, but that that's what I mean. I think AR will still get a chance this year to prove himself, and I think he will. I mean, we saw Bryce Young last year. He got benched for Andy Dalton, I think, and then
Yep.
Young came back and he looked a lot better than he ever looked in his first year and a half. So again, maybe this is what he needs. So I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, but I still think he's going to need to change the scenery because he's for him he's going to need to be with a coach that's a quarterback coach like Pete Carroll. Um,
Got Shanahan.
yes. So he's going to need that type of coach where he's going to change his career like Pete Carroll did for Geno Smith. I mean, we all thought Geno Smith was washed up and done.
hmm
And once they got Russell out of there, he became the starter. It was like, wait a minute, where does Geno Smith come from? So and he's still young, so he still has that ability to learn. I mean, even if he goes to Denver and sit for like a year or two behind Bo Nix and learn under Sean Payton, still he needs somebody to teach him how to be an NFL quarterback because he
I
has
agree with
talent.
you. Yeah, like, he's definitely talented. You just gotta stay healthy, and the attitude and the personality needs to be better. And again, maybe just a change of scenery. But here's the one I'm very interested in, and I'm very excited to talk about. We talked about Joe Flacco for a bit, but he's earned another starting spot in the NFL. He's beat out two rookies and Kenny Pickett. He is the starter for the Cleveland Browns this year. Shador Sanders, I saw on their depth chart, he is listed fourth, and then it's Gabriel, and then Kenny Pickett at two. Uh, is it bad that I'm happy that Sanders didn't get it? Is it a bad thing?
No, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing because one, I know how you are with NFL rookies, especially quarterbacks. So, but I'm kind of glad he didn't get the starting job as well because then I could see what's going to happen. What would have happened was he would have got that would have got to his head. He would have been doing more stupid stuff than what he was doing before the preseason even started.
Don't even start on that.
So I mean, I think this is going to be a humbling experience for him. Hopefully, he learns from it. I mean, it is still early, so he can move up in the depth chart. But yeah, I mean, with Joe Flacco basically winning the starting job in Cleveland is not like anything to to brag about. It's not like he beat out tough competition.
But I mean, that the reason why I'm so happy that he didn't get it is because of the off the field stuff that he's got into this year. Yes, I'm not very high on rookies, and especially ones that can't stay out of trouble this early in their career that think they're higher than everybody else. I really like when they get humbled, as you said, and they have a very old quarterback in front of them, and they couldn't even beat them out, and they are very low on the depth chart. So Joey Flacco starting for the Browns. We'll see how that goes for them. Sanders, I think we'll still see the field eventually, unfortunately. But you know, again, I don't really. It's not it's not much respect that I have for him right now. Uh, again, someone who can't stay out of trouble when he's a rookie and thinks he's higher than everybody else and can do what he wants out in society. So, uh, I guess we'll see what happens with that throughout the whole year. But yeah, again, I'm just kind of a bit happy that he didn't get it because of what he's done off the field this year.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, like I said, it's something that he's going to hopefully humbles him, and he realizes that he is not better than everybody. No matter who your last name, what your last name is, just in the fact that he fell to the fifth round should you know said something to him to begin with. Hey, this is a humbling move. You know, let's be smart about it. Let's come into training camp. Let's not do anything stupid. Let's not get two tickets for the same damn incident. And like I said, I mean, the first two preseason games, they said he was looking good, and I guess it got to his head, and he started thinking he was better than everybody else, and now he's the fourth quarterback on a horrible, crappy team to begin with. When you can't beat out a man that you know probably needs a walker in a wheelchair before and after the game, I mean that should tell you something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Dion is ringing up their phone there in in Cleveland right now. How
I
dare you
mean,
do this to my son?
part of it is Dion's fault to begin with, anyway.
Hmm.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he should have just kept his mouth shut. Okay, granted, I mean, you want it to be like Archie Manning and didn't want his son to play for a really bad team or anything like that. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, you got to learn to know when to shut up. And the same has to go for your son. He got to know when to shut up, when to be mature, and
Act like a professional. He
exactly.
he's got to carry himself as such. But Dion has never shut up in his entire career.
Well, yeah, I know
He,
that,
he wouldn't he wouldn't stop now. So,
but at the same time, he was talented enough to back it up.
hmm
Your son hasn't proven anything.
other than he's a dummy.
Exactly. All right, guess it's time to get to what the main topic of the day.
Yeah,
Unless you got anything
a
else.
no, it's a very QB heavy episode this week. We got the two starting jobs, and then we're talking about the top NFC QBs, 1 through 16. This also is a lot tougher than the AFC ones, I will say. Uh, I had a
Yes,
tough
I
time.
will agree to that.
My goodness, it was a bit tough. Um, I'll let you go first on the number one because it is, like the Giants are in this division, so I'll let you go first because I think I went first last week. So I'll let
Yeah.
you go first with
Um.
the NFC.
So it was very hard for me to pick, even to pick who would be the number one on this list. But I had to go with, and it did kind of kill me to go with this. But I had to pick Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. I'm basically made my list on the quarterback that I would want in clutch moments. So yeah, you won't see Dak Prescott definitely not in the top five. I guarantee you that. So yeah, like I said, Hurts. He's like a, how can I say this nicely without being so disrespectful as the way I'm going to say it? He's like a B-rated Lamar Jackson, and that's not to say that he's bad or anything, but I mean Lamar is fastest quarterback in the league. He has one of the strongest arms. His talent is tremendous. Jalen Hurts is just slightly below that. No, he doesn't have Lamar's speed. His arm is up there with some of the best arms in the NFC. Um, but like I said, when it comes to, I mean, he has won the Super Bowl, so I mean, I can't think of him other than Matthew Stafford, who I have second. But yeah, I will love to see who you have number one.
Number one, I stayed in that division, but I went with the Washington Commanders QB, Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
To me, I think he is the most talented QB in the NFC. Now, I understand he played 1 year, but that 1 year was spectacular. He brought the Commanders farther than they've been in a very, very, very long time. And To me, I think he's going to be an MVP in the next 3 years. I am
Yeah,
never high on. Yeah,
that's possible.
I am never high on rookies, and I am changing sophomore now. I think he'll get even better. It's a better offense. Now they just got to sign Terry. Uh, to me, I built my list off of talent. I do not think Jalen Hurts is the most talented in the division. So that's why I went with Jaden Daniels. I think he's a very talented young player. He's very quick. He has arm strength, as we've seen with the Hail Mary. So again, it might be a bold take, but I think Jaden Daniels is the most talented in the NFC.
Okay. My second quarterback is I already had said him earlier. Rams QB Matthew Stafford. Yeah, I know he's getting up there in age, but I mean, still, like I said, I gotta go off of you know fourth quarter. You need a big play, and Matthew Stafford has been notorious for making big plays. Even when he was with the sorry Detroit Lions, when that team was just a shit show waiting to happen. Him and
Yeah,
Megatron was making huge plays. He gets traded to the Rams and teamed up with Cooper Cup, and they was making big plays. So yeah, I mean, but despite his age and the fact that he's up there and pretty much probably got like maybe 1 or 2 seasons left in him, I still would have to pick him as my number two quarterback in best in the C.
unfortunately, his age really hindered my choice of where I had him on the list. He's not my number two. My number two is Jared Goff.
Okay,
Now, people might not agree. Um, it's funny because I think these two were traded for each other, who we just mentioned that too,
yeah.
Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. So, but I think again, I think Jared Goff's very talented. I'm sure having the offensive coordinator of Ben Johnson definitely helped him out in the offense that they ran there and the talent around him. But you still gotta have talent to throw it to those guys and get it to them in the right spots. And he's turned his career around and he's done really well for himself in Detroit. And he still wasn't a bad QB with the Rams. Um, but yeah, I think he's very talented. Again, he's a bit younger than Stafford for sure. And again, that's unfortunately that was my thing. I kind of put age into account. Um, but still, I mean, he's done really well with the Lions. He's brought them very far. So yeah, I have at number two in the NFC.
So my number three is Lions quarterback Jared Goff. With all those weapons that he has, I mean, and for him to put up be able to part of the league's best offense, it's going to be interesting to see how he does this season without Ben Johnson. But I mean, still, I don't see the offense changing that much. They might not be as productive as they were last season. Production probably will drop down a bit because it's hard for offense to maintain that level of dominance consecutive years in a row. I mean, it's kind of impossible considering you worry about injuries and stuff like that. But I still feel that Jared Goff still is going to be is a top a top three quarterback in the NFC. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I know that we're not doing a fancy segment, but I mean, I would. If you're fantasy, I would still try and pick as many lines as you can because I still think that that offense is going to be good, even if it takes a few weeks into the season to get better. I think it'll still be really worth grabbing a bunch of Lions offensive players if you can in fantasy. Three for me, I put Jalen Hurts at three. To me, he is not as talented as the two ahead of him. I think he got carried to Super Bowl by Saquon Barkley and his defense at times. I do not think he was the best last year. AJ Brown, he complained last year. You got Smith, he complained last year about targets and everything and how they were playing. And if it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, who knows if they even would have made the Super Bowl and won it, with how great of a season Saquon had. So that is why I have him at three. I don't think I can't even say very talented because he is talented, but I don't think he's going to win you games. That that's the thing. I think he gets carried a lot of times, which isn't again always his fault. But I think Saquon won them a lot of games last year. I think the defense won them a lot of games last year. I don't think Hurts was the reason why they won a bunch of those games last year, and that's why I have him at three. To where Goff, he was the reason why, and Daniels was obviously the reason why they won a bunch of games last year. Whereas Hurts, ain't no fault to his own. Uh, Saquon carried him a lot of the times, and the defense did as well. So that's why I have him at number three.
Okay, understandable. Number four, I got your guy Baker Mayfield.
My guy Baker. Put some respect on Baker's name, baby.
Um, yeah, I mean, outside of my top three, I mean, there really isn't anybody else in the NFC that I would trust with my team. I mean, Baker has proven that yeah, he does have a high turnover rate, but a lot of it was due to them having a lot of injuries and with unfamiliar receivers. With a receiving core that he's used to, his turnover rate isn't as high. So as long as the receivers stay healthy and that running game continue to do, I mean, that running game has been improving a lot.
Mm,
But yeah, Baker is known. I mean, he has come through in the clutch. I mean, out of the top three, that's who I will go with before anybody else.
my guy Baker. Whew.
I knew you would like that.
Mm, I don't have him at four. I have Matt Stafford. I can't have any lower than four. Uh, to me, he's obviously top four in the league. I think he's just under Hurts here. Uh, if I didn't put age into a factor, I'd probably have him higher. But again, he's dealing with a bunch of he's dealing with a shoulder injury right now. Even keeping out of practice, which is worrying me for the start of the season. Um, they hope that he is ready for week one. But again, Matt Stafford's uber talented. As you mentioned before, with what he did in Detroit with the lackluster teams that he had, pretty much only having Calvin Johnson to throw to, and putting up the numbers that he did. Now he's with the Rams and really leading that team, and they're always contending in that very tough NFC North, no, South, I don't know, NFC West, I think. No, yeah, NFC West, I think, with the Seahawks and the
Yeah, they're in the West.
Cardinals and the Niners, always keeping them competitive and competing. So Matthew Stafford, an OG here in the NFC. A lot of the QBs here are very young, but he's an OG, and I gotta respect it. He is number four on my list.
Okay. This is where the list kind of got tricky for me.
Oh yeah,
Um, At number five, I'm going to go with Commanders Jaden Daniels. I was torn between him and Jordan Love, but Daniels had more talent. Um, I believe he does have a stronger arm. He's a lot quicker than Jordan Love. And he took a Washington Commanders team that nobody expected to do anything to the NFC Conference Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I got to include him in that because what rookie has done that?
I can't remember. I mean, we'll be talking about that season for a very long time. I mean, he got there and we're like, all right. I mean, again, I'm not big on the rookies, so I was very high on him anyway in the in that team. But week after week, I got more and more impressed with him. That's why I had to have him number one, because I was that impressed with him.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me when you put him at number one.
Hey, I have to give respect. He other than Hurts, that's where he finished. He finished second in the NFC. So I think he's more talented than Hurts. Not number five. I have my guy Baker Mayfield. Uh, just a spot under you, but Baker, my guy. Um, with the Browns, he really wasn't the worst QB. It was just unfortunately the situation, not a great offensive situation.
It was a shit show waiting to happen.
Yeah, it was a very bad situation for him there. So again, as you see, as we keep mentioning, a change of scenery has really helped with the Bucks. He's been amazing with the Buccaneers. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Kate Otten, and a bunch of other talent there that they have. And as we said, the running game is getting there with Irving and a few others. So again, he's looked a lot better. I like his attitude. I like his fire that he plays with. Uh, and yeah, again, other than those four, I would definitely trust him in a situation to lead my team 80 yards down to get a touchdown at the end of the game. So my guy Baker Mayfield, I have him in the top five in the NFC.
Nice. So pretty much our list is almost the same, just in different order
Hmm.
as far as the first five. Six, I got to go with Jordan Love. Like I said, this is where the list kind of gets like, oh, who do you go with? Um, he did show me a lot with the Packers last season, and I know he had a stretch where he looked bad, and a lot of people say because he was injured during that stretch. We don't know the validity of the truth of that, but he did look pretty good during towards the end of the season as well. He looked like the Jordan Love that started the season as a good quarterback and then faded in the middle and then bounced back towards the end of the season. I am expecting big things from him this season, especially when you got a running game that actually, if they use it properly, like they was doing. Um, Other than that, I mean, yeah, he might need more talented receivers, which was Aaron Rodgers' biggest complaint when he was in Green Bay that he didn't have enough talented receivers. It was nice to be see Christian Watkins stay healthy. But other than that, if he could stay healthy, yeah, I mean that team. I don't see them going to a conference championship game, but I do see them going at least past the first round of the playoffs, further than the Cowboys.
Hmm. Which they beat a few years ago in the playoffs. So, um, number six, I have Jordan Love as well. Um, my biggest knock on him is he's very careless with the football. He makes throws that are like, all right, I'll just throw this up there. Hopefully he catches it with no real regard of field position or if he'll turn it over. Uh, he is super talented. He's a great quarterback, and he's set up to succeed there, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, he's got to have healthy wide receivers, which has been the biggest problem for him as well with the inconsistency and the not taking care of the ball. Really, just his wide receivers cannot stay healthy for a whole season. Uh, and the whole Aaron Rodgers not having good wide receivers is BS. I mean, he had Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, and a bunch of other guys I can't even think of right now, but he had talented wide receivers. Whereas Jordan, he has talented wide receivers, they just can't stay healthy for anything. So he needs to learn to take care of the ball better, and I'll have him higher on the list. But right now, that's my main knock on him is he doesn't take care of the football as much as he should, and that's why I have him at number 6.
Yeah, he's more of a younger version or more athletic version of Brett Favre.
Mhm.
He has that gunslinger mentality. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Brett Favre was one of the best, but he's also was one of the best at throwing interceptions. And
Mhm.
Brett Favre was notorious for throwing them in key moments too. So, seventh I have 49ers Brock Purdy. Like I said, this is where the list got kind of difficult to decide who, because honestly, the rest of this list is like quarterbacks you really just want to just throw in there just as a filler.
Mhm.
Um, Purdy, let's face it, this guy was known as Mister Irrelevant, the last pick of a draft.
Yeah.
You wasn't even supposed to be. Nobody's supposed to even know your name, and now you're a starting quarterback and on a team that's. It's going. It's as much as I don't want to say this, but that team underperforms badly, almost as bad as the Dolphins. So, which is why I had only was able to put him at seventh.
Oh, you could tell me and you do this a lot. I have him at 7 as well. Um, for almost the same reasons. Again, Kyle Shanahan is a great QB coach, and Purdy's success can be due to that. He's been put in a great situation when he had everyone there. You know, now that Debo is gone and Ayuk wants a contract, and the other wide receiver wants a contract. Jawan Jennings, and then they just had another wide receiver get the suspension, and Ricky Pearsall hasn't been what they thought that he was going to be. Um, and CMC was injured last year, so the underperforming really isn't on him. A lot of injuries do happen, and now a lot of that team is kind of in question and turmoil at the moment. So I mean, we'll see. But Purdy, I think, is very talented, and I mean, he earned a contract last year. So, um, I mean, we'll see. I would definitely trust him over every QB that I have underneath him. And I think he's very talented as well. So, I have Purdy at 7 as well.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is where we're going to end with same quarterbacks. Number eight, and I kind of forgot about this person when I was doing the list. I'm like, why am I missing the team?
You were
Carlos
reading that
Cornell, Kyler
earlier.
Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I said before, Kyler Murray is a pretty good quarterback. The only knock I have on Kyler Murray is his height. He stands, I believe, what 5'8", 5'9", maybe. So in order for him to, get passes down the field, he has to get out of the pocket, which could put him in a lot of danger because now your offensive line don't know where you're at because you're trying to be able to see who's open. He's very athletic.
Super
He
fast.
has a strong arm. Like I said, the only problem is his height.
Yeah, and to answer your question, he's 5'11", so a little bit taller, but I think they might be being generous on Google. But number 8, I can't disrespect him no more than this. I can lower. It's your guy Dak Prescott. Here's the thing with Dak. I s- off I've said it to a bunch of people. I don't think he's terrible. He's definitely not clutch in the playoffs. I wouldn't want him on my team to lead me down the field. Um,
Definitely not.
but he is definitely good. I think he's definitely better than the others that I have underneath him. Um, my my issue with him again, he's not clutch. Um, I don't think like he's a good QB, but he's not worth being paid the number one QB in the NFL. That is my big issue with him. He's definitely not worth that. But I can't disrespect him any more than number 8. I think he's definitely middle of the pack for the NFC. He's not bad, but he's not great. So he's in the good category of I'll put him at 8. He'll do good. He'll do all right in the regular season, but then in the playoffs he will choke very hard. So that's why I'm at number 8.
Well, I got him at number 9. Pretty much for the same reasons. You know, during the regular season, yeah, he's a great quarterback. Do he do make stupid plays? Of course. He's Tony Romo 2.0. I mean, they literally have the same playoff record, and neither one of them got to a conference championship game.
Nope, they haven't done it in 30 years.
So, I mean, yeah, he does make good plays, but he's they're an accident waiting to happen 2.0. So that's why I had to put him at ninth. I couldn't, like you said, I couldn't just make it where I was going to completely disrespect him like that. But yeah, I mean, he definitely wasn't a top 5 quarterback. That's for damn sure.
No, that's what it's like. I was like, I know it'll be funny if I keep dropping them, but I really, with good integrity, I had to keep them at least
Exactly.
above the rest. I don't want people coming at my neck. How dare you? You don't know ball. You don't know nothing. I know ball. I couldn't disrespect her no more than that. But me and you, we just flip flopped at 8 and 9. I have Kyler Murray at 9. Super talented, as you said. Super quick as well. He is one of the fastest QBs in the league. He is slippery in the pocket there. Again, his height is definitely a thing that I kind of worry about. He's 5'11". I think Google may be a bit generous. But again, super talented, has a great arm, has Harrison Jr. there, and a bunch of wide receivers and McBride, one of the best tight ends in the league right now. He's only going into his second year, which is crazy. Uh, again, I think he's definitely middle of the pack. Will he win you games? Yes, but can he definitely lose you games? Absolutely. Uh, and again, he's definitely better than the ones I have underneath him as well. So, uh, Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott almost the same. I went with Dak. Uh, it'd be stupid, but I think I went with Dak because of his height, which sounds dumb, but yeah. Kyler Murray at 9.
Rounding out my top 10, um, I got Giants quarterback Russell Wilson. He's another one where yeah, he's been longevity has him. He still has that great arm. He can still make you plays, but he's at the point where he tries to do more than he really needs to.
You're gonna tell me.
Um, yeah, you've experienced firsthand with your last year with your Steelers. But yeah, that I mean, like I said, when you look at the rest of the list, it's like okay, we can't be disrespecting all these quarterbacks the way by putting other people ahead of them that don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to put Russell Wilson round out my top 10 because, like I said, he still has that rocket of an arm, and he'll win you games. He'll also lose games for you too.
Oh yeah, you will. Oh yes, you will. I have him lower on the list. I don't know if it's ill will feelings that I have towards him from last year. It could be that reason, but at 10, I have Sam Darnold. I hope it's not just a 1 year wonder with him. Um, Again, he did great with the Vikings last year. Now he's on the Seahawks. I guess we'll see how that goes for him. I think he'll still have a good year with Smith and Jigba in that offense run there. Again, I hope it's not a 1 year wonder for him. I think he's definitely good enough to be a starting QB in the league after what we saw last year. Um, and again, he's another one with a change of scenery. Really helped him out. And he played a lot better last year. Again, I have Russ lower on the list because, again, I have ill will towards him right now because he definitely could have played better at the end last year. He did definitely try and do too much. But yeah, I have Sam Darnold at number 10.
I got Sam Darnold at number 11. He had a great season with Minnesota, but I took into account of who he was throwing the ball to, and that the fact that the Minnesota offensive line is fairly good. Now he's going to be in Seattle. You no longer have their best players, their best receivers. They've got basically a whole new receiving core. So I mean, but you still got you got Walker, who's a great running back. I just got to see how he does with those receivers now.
That's understandable. Again, we just flip flop again at 8, 9, 10, and 11. I have Russ Wilson at 11. He he's definitely better than the ones underneath him for sure by a long shot. Um, Again, the start of this list and the bottom of this list is pretty easy. It's when I got through about 6 to 11. I really struggled to really slide them in, and it was just about personal preference, really. Russ, again, man, you really lost us some games last year that we really could have won. Again, he will definitely win you guys games, but I think he will definitely hurt the Giants as well. Again, cannon of an arm. He loves going downfield. I saw it with Pickens and Firemouth and Austin last year. I think Neighbors will have a good year this year, and a bunch of those other guys that you guys have in the wide receiver core. But yeah, he's definitely better than the bottom five. So,
Um,
or a spy almost just a default got put at 11.
so I just got another trade alert. Uh, Chiefs are sending wide receiver Sky Moore to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have been decimated with injuries at wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk is recovering from a knee injury. Juwan Jennings has been dealing with a calf injury. Jordan Watkins has a high ankle sprain, and Russ Robertson is facing a 3-game suspension. They haven't got the full details of this trade yet. Like I said, it literally just came across.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ian Rappaport is reporting for a 6th and 7th round pick swap.
okay.
That's what that is. Chiefs traded Sky Moore to the 49ers in a 6-7 pick swap. So crazy day for trades. I mean, that's
Yeah, it
weird.
is. All right, so we was at what number we was at? Oh, 12. My 12th pick is Panthers Bryce Young. He showed me a lot last year after being benched. Um, yeah, I mean it's still a horrible team, but he did. You can see the improvement in how well he just seemed like he finally learned the offense. Hopefully he continues that this season, and hopefully they give him some better weapons. Because when your top target is Alan Thielen, and Alan Thielen's like almost like 1,000 years old, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Number 12, I have Caleb Williams. I think he's more talented than Bryce Young. Last year was not a good year. I mean, as I've harped on this podcast a lot, it was not a good year for him last year. Again, a new head coach and Ben Johnson. Hopefully that helps him out in his development. He has a great situation there with the Bears, which is weird to say that defense is good and he has a great offense around him. So he should be successful. Hopefully last year was just, a bad year, a bad rookie year with the head coach that he had. Uh, I guess time will tell. I think he's just a bit better than Bryce Young, though.
Okay. 13th, I got JJ McCarty from the Vikings. We're gonna see how well he comes off of that knee injury. Um, he was doing good last season during preseason before the injury. It would be nice to see him with Justin Jefferson. You see how he performs. It would have been nice to see him with Addison as well, but Addison decided he wanted an extended vacation.
Hmm.
So, of course, with that offense and that running game, yeah, it's going to be good to see actually exactly how he performs.
Yeah, at 13, I have Bryce Young. Again, he showed massive improvement last year after getting benched. Hopefully his development stays in the upward motion for him. Um, then he needs more help there in the offense, so I can't always put all the blame on him. But yeah, I have Bryce Young at unlucky number 13.
14th, I got Falcons Michael Penix Jr. Um, I did like what I seen a little bit from him last season, late in the season, but at the same time, they need to know how to use that offense. I mean, that offense is very talented, and they got to use Kyle Pitts. And until they learn how to use Kyle Pitts, that offense is going to struggle.
You're absolutely right. I have JJ at 14. Being a Michigan fan, I got to watch him a lot in college. And again, he's super talented. Again, and it's unfortunate that he got injured last year, but I think, like you said, with his offense, he will still be. I think he'll still do well. He'll have hiccups along the way in his first actual season in the NFL. But again, when you have Josh Jefferson to throw the ball to, you'll be successful in this league and you'll have a good year. And again, a bunch of the talent on the offense as well. So I have JJ at number 14.
Okay. 15, I got Caleb Williams. I mean, we seen what he did last year, and it wasn't that impressive. I would like to see what he does under Ben Johnson, and hopefully we will actually see the Caleb Williams that we saw in college. But until that happens, I had no choice but to put him at 15.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Number 15, I have Michael Penix Jr. I gotta see more. I gotta see more. Almost like what you just said with Caleb Williams. I gotta see more. That this offense needs to be better. Again, that's not all on him. They gotta learn how to use Kyle Pitts. Drake London needs to be good for the whole year. They have Bijan Robinson as well. They have a lot of talent on the offense. They just gotta learn how to use it. Hopefully, Michael Penix in Michael Penix's second year. It goes better for him, and they actually learn how to use everybody in the offense well. So yeah, and number 16 was kind of easy.
Yeah, Saints quarterback.
Mhm. Whoever that's gonna be, they haven't even announced it yet, but whoever that's gonna be.
Yeah, so yeah, that's who we say. Yeah, yeah,
Not
pretty much
much
that's about it
to
for
say
now.
because we don't know who it's going to be. They haven't even announced anything yet. But yeah, that was. I just put literally. I put the word whoever. I was like, I don't care who it is. I don't think they're better than anybody above them. So
Exactly. All right, got anything else?
uh, just for people who are going to watch this later when you re-upload it. Um, we are doing our big episode of the year next week. Our exciting NFL predictions for the season coming up. Uh, we will predict all 32 NFL teams and see how we do at the end of the year. All the win totals for each team. Again, I think it's my favorite kind of episode to do just because of the excitement that it brings to predict every team's record and then to go back at it at the end of the year and rewatch and kind of look and see how wrong we were. So I'm
Yep.
excited for that one.
All right, we're gonna have to cut this short. I gotta take the dog out. He's whining.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget the Dubby. Uh, use our code 10% off. Yep. Shaker cups, energy drinks. It's like a G Fuel. Uh, and our shop. Our shop. Tony, you put it in the comments. Don't forget to take a look, buy a few things. That's it. That's all I got.
Yep. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See you later.